Hello, Magic Casters of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 52nd episode of our second level spell series over here at my Spellbook. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at Mind Thrust. This is a very interesting spell. It works in a pretty complicated way. To be honest, we haven't covered anything like it yet, so bear with me. It is found in Unearthed Arcana, so it's not quite road legal yet. It's only play testable, so if you're planning on using this, please run it past your DM, because honestly, I don't think I'd allow it in my games, but it kind of depends on circumstances, and I don't really know how well it plays. So if you've used it, please comment down beneath with your experience, because I have no baseline to operate with this one, so I do apologize. Mind Thrust is usable by the Sorcerer and the Wizard as well, which is good. They're classes that kind of deserve it, but once again, it's hard to say what subclasses will get it or what other classes will get it until it makes it out of Unearthed Arcana, or even if it ever will, I'm not too sure. In any case, let's take a quick look at its mechanics. You know what we're talking about. So your damage is 3 dice 6. There's no real way to add to that, which is fine, but just so you know. The effect at a glance is as followed. On a failed save, the target cannot take a reaction until their next turn. On their next turn, they can either move, take an action, or take a bonus action. Only one, which is really interesting, right? The cast time is 1 action, the range is 90 feet, which is quite good. The duration is 1 round, and it is not concentration. The components are just verbal, which is really interesting, because it means you can cast it while bound, which is really neat. The saving throw is also intelligence, which is great. There's not a whole lot of int-based spells out there, so this is a very cool one. On success, they take half damage and there's no effect, which is okay, I guess. When casting at a higher level, you can target one additional creature for each spell slot above second, so long as they were within 30 feet, which I consider that to be a little bit broken, but whatever. The school is Enchantment and the damage type is Psychic, which is none too surprising. Now let's take a look at the full description here and then kind of break this down a little bit more. You thrust a lance of psychic disruption into the mind of one creature you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 3 dice 6 psychic damage and can't take its reaction until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and suffers none of the spell's other effects. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot level above 2nd. The creature must be within 30 feet of each other when you target them. Very cool stuff. So basically, on the turn you hit them, they don't get a reaction. You do damage and they don't get a reaction. And then on the next turn, they can only pick an action, bonus action, or movement, which is really, really, really cool. I actually really like that. Like, it's a cool concept to play with, but I don't know how I feel about it being a 2nd level spell, and I think the fact that if you upcast it, you can target more than one person, I don't really know how I feel about it in terms of balance. That being said, I don't really have any frame of reference because I've never playtested it, so I really don't know. So once again, if you have, please mention it down beneath because I'm really curious. A lot of these psionic ones are criticized for being too good. I don't think this is the best 2nd level spell out there, but still pretty good. In any case, let's take a look at some alternative uses for it. So I think probably the best alternative use is kind of using it to hedge your bets in terms of any plans you might have. I think this is a great way to make sure someone is kind of not really a threat, right? Through that same extension, this is a great way to balance encounters a little bit better for yourself. What I mean by that is this essentially allows you to remove a person more or less entirely from the fight, especially if you distance yourself far away from them. What I mean by that is if you distance them and they're a melee fighter especially, they have to move to get close to you, and if you move you can't take an action or a bonus action, so it's pretty cool. Another use would be using it to get away. The main reason for this is on the turn you hit them, they don't have a reaction, so they can't take an attack of opportunity if you leave their area of reach. So I think that's probably the best ways of using this spell. If you can think of any others though, please put them down beneath in the comment section, and feel free to mention any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns you have down there. That being said, if you like that cool hand-drawn Dragonborn and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, thank you so much, everyone. I really do appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy casting, my friends.